Mine, being the first to beat Felix Trinidad. It's not enough to be the undefeated champion, because Trinidad is too. They're two warriors in peak condition, at the height of their power, and this is the ultimate showdown. De La Hoya versus Trinidad, live on pay-per-view, September 18th.
4 fights for only $49.95 on Time Warner Cable, your Fight Night connection.
To be the best, you've got to beat the best.
The following is an exclusive presentation from Time Warner Cable, sponsored by Motor City and Mish Funeral Home.
Good evening. Welcome to the Prep Football Game of the Week exclusively on CNNSI, Time Warner Cable, Channel 52. I'm Mark Heffernan. Tonight, the Foothill High Trojans host the North High Stars in our first broadcast of 1999. The Foothill Trojans and Ned Permenter, who's entering his 34th year at the helm. He has 208 victories, and Jack O'Brien has the North High Stars. He is beginning his 7th year with 25 victories as a head coach. Foothill has their starting quarterback and an outstanding running back returning, plus some very good offensive and defensive linemen. North, a lot of new people. Dozier at running back. They will have a brand new quarterback this year and have a couple of sophomores starting on the defense. So Jack O'Brien looks to have a rebuilding year for North, but maybe he's not being too optimistic. It's North High and Foothill tonight on CNNSI, Time Warner Cable, Channel 52.
I'm sitting across from a person who's getting ready to write a large sum of money for an automobile, and I've purchased vehicles before, and I know exactly what they're going through. It can be nerve-wracking. The no hassle, no haggle price allows Saturn to be so much at ease with the customer and allows us to treat everyone so fair. It really doesn't matter whether you do a short-term lease, a long-term lease, short-term financing, long-term financing, or cash. Once you're in the Saturn family, you're in the Saturn family. I am going to see this person again. You see him at the supermarket, and you see him in a restaurant, so we want to make sure they are completely comfortable with the entire process.
I'm Ray Mish, and I know grief comes in many forms. Over the past 40 years, the Mish family has given compassionate, understanding services to thousands of grieving families. The Mish family can provide all needs regardless of your traditions. It may be traditional funeral services or cremation, even counseling for pre-arranged funeral plans. We have 2 locations in Oildale and the Southwest just to help you, and that makes a whole lot of difference.
The Foothill Trojans will receive the kickoff tonight as we begin the 1999 season from Foothill High School. Last year, the Trojans were 4-5-1, and North High was 5-5. And the Foothill was victorious when they played against each other. Rivenis, the outstanding running back for Foothill, with 997 yards last year. And he basically is the man to watch in their backfield as they run that Delaware wing T offense. Taylor Myers, the starting quarterback, saw much playing time last year for Ned Permenter. But Rivenis is a guy with the horsepower to get around the outside against this North High defense, which I said features 2 sophomores on their defensive unit. Like Mike Garcia will be the fullback for Foothill. Quarterback Taylor Myers, Ismael Rivenis at tailback, Todd Guevara at fullback. Garcia's number 2, Myers 14, Rivenis number 20, and Guevara number 21. The wing back is Ray Flores, number 24. The split in is Chris Schaefer, number 3. At right end, Justin Heavy, number 33. The right guard, John Sturgeon. The center is Robert Hull. They're looking for good things from him this year. The left guard, Nathan Jacobson, will be playing both ways, also starting at defensive line. The right tackle is Candelaro Olgin, and left tackle, Tony Scott for the Foothill Trojans. On defense, Foothill starts a sophomore, free safety. And that's Zachary Bolton. A strong safety is senior Alfredo Perez, number 10. Linebacker, Ray Flores, I mentioned the wing back. Kick underway for North High coming to Foothill. Going left to right across your TV dial. The 25, nice tackle. And finally down to the 30-yard line. Rivetis with the run back for the Foothill Trojans. As a sophomore, 997 yards rushing last year. But this is a new season. And we'll see what happens as the teams come up. The North High defense features number 1 Michael Steiber, free safety, inside linebacker Matthew Simmons, number 2. Outside Josh Sasso, number 4. Nicholas Blakely, inside linebacker, number 5. Rivetis to the outside, cut from behind. Number 77 on the tackle for North High. And that's Dustin Terrell. Right corner for North, number 19, Kevin Luttrell. At left corner, number 21, Michael Kitts. Strong safety, number 34, Robert Mendoza. He's one of the sophomores, along with Josh Sassa, who I said is a sophomore starting an outside linebacker. Rivetis with the ball. Tries to cut back. Hit by number 3 for North, Joshua Bankston. And he goes down for a gain of 3 or 4. So third down. 11 minutes plus to play in the first quarter for Foothill in their own territory at the 35-yard line. Third and a long 5 for the Trojans. Nose guard for North, Chris Castro, number 63. Danny Tom, 64, one of the defensive ends, along with Chris Broom. Rivetis, the ball carried to the outside. It hit hard, but number 73, Sean Schneider, throws him back. So North controlling the line of scrimmage on that first series for Foothill. It is punting time for the Trojans. Another defense attack for North, number 76, Ken Harris. We mentioned their names throughout the game tonight. This is our season debut, year number 4 on Time Warner Cable Channel 52. 4th down and 5 for the Trojans. Doing the kicking, number 14, Taylor Myers. Of course, doubles as quarterback. Standing back at his 21-yard line. The ball is kicked away from Bankston, and he lets it drop. Foothill covers it at the 32-yard line. Number 3, Josh Bankston, the deep man for North High. Fairly good field position for the Stars at their own 32. They were set up at 1st and 10. One thing I noticed about North High is they have very tall wide receivers. Wide to the left is Ryan Bennett, number 8. He's 6'4", 175. I formation for North. Foothill showing blitz. The ball's pitched out to number 45, Daryl Dozier, who saw quite a bit of playing time last year. Foothill up to the task with about a 2 or 3 yard loss. Number 45, the ball carrier. Starting at quarterback, Alex Brewer, number 9 for North. He should rotate with number 3, Joshua Bankston. Brewer is a senior quarterback, 5'11", 170 for the Stars. As I mentioned, the flanker Ryan Bennett is number 8. Left end, Philip Bellington, number 15. Fullback Danny Ray, number 36. Tight end Clifton Airy, number 44. And Dozier, tailback 45. 2 receivers wide to the left, 9:14 to play in the first quarter. Ball given straight up the middle. At a nice push up to about the 35-yard line. The ball's given to the fullback, number 5, Nicholas Blakely. 5'165", also doubles on defense for North. And they have a 3rd and 6 situation. Well, Foothill unable to convert on the first down situation. North with 2 receivers to this side, I formation. Behind Brewer. There's the count. Looks to this side to throw, the pass incomplete. intended for number 15, and that was Phil Billington. Threw it too high, 4th down for the Stars. So neither team able to generate any offense in the first series. And Foothill will receive it right back. Ismail Arivanis is a back deep for Foothill. And punting for North, number 8, Ryan Bennett. They'll block it back, Alex Brewer. Also doubles as a quarterback. Watch out for that, Foothill. Low kick, but nice spiral. Grab by Rivenis, 25. Dukes his way across the 30 to the 34. And North did a great job containing him that time. That's what you have to do against Ismail. He has that great speed to the outside. Of course, you could probably cut it back against the grain. When you're playing defense against him, you want to force him to cut the ball back to the middle. 1st and 10 for Foothill. They're at their own 34-yard line. No score with 8:23 to play in the first quarter. Ray Flores lean back to the side. Ball's carried across the 45 to about the 38 by number 21 for Foothill. That is Tom Guevara, 5'8", 160-pound fullback. Foothill will throw a lot of running backs at you. Quite a bit of misdirection. Wide to the left for the Trojans is Chris Schaefer, 6'3", 160, good size. Myers on the keeper, cuts back, across the 40, thrown down at the 43, shy of the first down, but good run. Nice block on the left side by the Foothill Trojans. Jeremiah Perwodig, number 4, leading that play for Foothill. Exits momentarily. They call it 3rd and 2 for the Trojans at their own 43-yard line. I formation. Rivenis, the ball carrier, has the first down and more. Breaks a couple of tackles across the 50 and into North territory at the 47. Danny Ray, number 36, and on the tackle for North. They didn't have much, but it's very difficult to bring him down. He's very slippery. 1st and 10 for the Trojans, just over 7 minutes to play in the first. Double slot back for Foothill. And a ball given up the middle. That's to number 21 again. Guevara, the ball carrier for Foothill, 2nd and 7. So the Trojans will keep the ball on the ground as much as they'd like to. Split backs behind Myers. Inside reverse. Number 24, good opening. And he has the first down for Foothill. Ray Flores doubles as a linebacker. Kind of an inside trap. An excellent blocking in front of him. He basically just went from left to right, took it up the middle. Very sure runner, Flores. And 1st and 10 for the Trojans. Wide right for Foothill. Brandon Welsh. And we're going to have timeout for measurement. 6:26 on the clock in the first quarter. It is a first down for Foothill. So both teams were thwarted on their initial series. Foothill trying to make something happen in series number 2. Midway through the first quarter. Robert Hull, 65, is center for Foothill, 6'2", 245. He hikes the ball to Taylor Myers. Myers pitch back, Rivenis right the outside. Shows his speed, straight arm, and thrown down. Nice play by number 21 for North. That'll be Michael Kitts with the man-to-man. Did not allow Ismail to get around the outside. So straight arm did not work for the Foothill running back. Takes up maybe 2.5 yards. We'll call it 2nd and 8. 2nd and 8 to go for the Foothill Trojans. Number 3 Back in the game for Foothill, that would be Chris Schaefer bringing it into play. Lines up to the left for Foothill. Flores, going back right. First man through. And that's Guevara. For the cost of 30 to about the 28-yard line. He was the first man through. So Foothill using that misdirection. With 5:20 on the clock, third and short for the Trojans. As the ball's on the right hash mark. Man in motion. Ball given to Guevara once again. Powers his way for the first down. Todd Guevara. For the first down for the Trojans. Brewer with attack for North. So Foothill punching it up the middle against the North High Stars. A couple of sophomores on defense for North, seeing their first varsity action. Flores in motion. Ball is given straight up the middle. And Foothill still outside the 20-yard line. Rivenis looking for the opening, wasn't there that time. In fact, he loses about a yard, or maybe a half yard. Second and long 8 for Foothill at North territory at the 23-yard line. Justin Heavily, the tight end for Foothill on the right side. Myers with a fake, rolling to his left. He'll keep it, has 5, first down to the 10, and knocked out of bounds. Got a great keeper by Taylor Myers for Foothill. They've been running up the middle for the last 3 or 4 plays, and very successfully to Guevara. And he thanked it to Guevara this time. Kept the ball on his hip, has a running room to the left. He took it deep downfield. And in fact, it's first and goal for the Trojans. As they're inside the 10-yard line at about the 8. Receivers to each side. Myers on a pitch, bad pitch to Rivenis. He can't come up with it. It's North High's ball. Myers was somewhat of a phantom pitch to Rivenis. Tried to lead him, led him too much. And there were too many stars there. Rivenis could not get back to the ball, and North had at least 3 players on the ball. It'd be first and 10 for the Stars. So a turnover against Foothill, and you're going to expect that in the first game of the year. That thwarts their drive. And here come the Stars with 4:05 left. Foothill had a first and goal situation. On count. Quarterback loses the ball, and we have a flag down. It is a legal procedure against the North. That'll cost him a little real estate. So North very fortunate there on the bad pitch from Myers to Rivenis. And they take over. Now a 5-yard penalty on play number 1. First and 15 for North, deep inside their own territory. Bankston in their quarterback. Tried to hand off the Dozier. And doesn't get much as he's swarmed by a number of Trojans. 3:40 to play in the first quarter. No score between Foothill and North. 1 turnover in the game against Foothill. Happened a few moments ago. Michael Steiber wide to the right from North. Bankston, Joshua's quarterback this series. Rolls out to his right. Nice fake in the backfield. Hayes got to run it. Across the 15 to about the 19. So he picked up some good yardage. It'll be 3rd and maybe 6th for North High. Bankston can also play wide receiver. And defense for North High. As 1 to 3 minutes to play in the first quarter. North and right hash mark. Entering for North High Number 8, Ryan Bennett, Hector Vane, Michael Stiver. Wide to the left for the Stars, number 15, that'll be Philip Billington. Another one of their tall receivers. I formation for the Stars. Bankston, the Dozier, nice cutback. And he's close to the first down marker, following his box very well. That's a 1st and 10 for North High. Good spread of blocking by North and a good piece of running by Dozier. 1st and 10 for North at their own 26-yard line. 2:25 on the clock in the first quarter. Receivers to each side for the Stars. They're back in the eye. The entire Foothill defense very close to the line of scrimmage. And Dozier is hit and dropped immediately. Foothill had their entire team practically in the line of scrimmage. 9 of their 11 players were within 4 or 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. I think they time for play action pass. So at this point, Foothill not respecting North's ability to throw the ball. North has a couple of receivers to this side. Tim Hatton was a quarterback the last 2 years. And North using a rotating system with Bankston on the keeper. Almost thrown down. Then we have a flag on the offensive backfield judge. Illegal use of hands against North. So the Stars have been guilty of a couple of penalties in this drive. They received the break when Foothill had a 1st and goal from inside their 10 on the bad pitch. That's when North picked up the ball, 1:37 on the clock. The Stars just trying to get out of their area of the field. Had the ball situated now. Still at the 26-yard line. Looks like Foothill is going to take the penalty. The coaches, the implementing staff are deciding what to do. They decided to drop North a little farther back. Second and long for the Stars. Okay, North coming out, 2 receivers wide to left. I formation for Bankston and company. Bankston on the keeper. How much there? Foothill coming up very well. Gavar was over there for Foothill. Also for the Trojans. At this point, North has not been able to run the ball very effectively against Foothill. They've had receivers out, but have not thrown to them yet. I think at this point, North has to open it up just a bit. That's what 45 seconds to play in the first quarter. And no score between Foothill and North. We have 2 receivers to the side. Brewer in there, rolling to his left under heavy pressure. He decides to run it. Hit hard inside the 20-yard line. Perez with a tackle. Alfredo Perez, number 10 for Foothill. Nice look on the quarterback at the 22-second mark. And the clock continues to wind down. Perez just limping slightly out the field after that hit. Sometimes the hitter gets injured more than the person receiving the blow. Punting for North, Ryan Bennett, number 8. The clock is winding down. And that will be the end of the first quarter from Foothill High School. Score Foothill nothing, North nothing. And you're watching the Prep Football Game of the Week exclusively on CNNSI, Time Warner Cable, Channel 52.
I'm Ray Mish, and I know grief comes in many forms. Over the past 40 years, the Mish family has given compassionate, understanding services to thousands of grieving families. The Mish family can provide all needs regardless of your traditions. It may be traditional funeral services or cremation, even counseling for pre-arranged funeral plans. We have 2 locations in Oildale and the Southwest just to help you, and that makes a whole lot of difference.
I'm sitting across from a person who's getting ready to write a large sum of money for an automobile, and I've purchased vehicles before, and I know exactly what they're going through. It can be nerve-wracking. The no hassle, no haggle price allows Saturn to be so much at ease with the customer and allows us to treat everyone so fair. It really doesn't matter whether you do a short-term lease, a long-term lease, short-term financing, long-term financing, or cash. Once you're in the Saturn family, you're in the Saturn family. I am going to see this person again. You see them at the supermarket, and you see them in a restaurant, so we want to make sure they are completely comfortable with the entire process.
We begin the second quarter of action from Foothill High School. No score between the Trojans and North. Foothill had a first and goal situation, and they turned the ball over to North. North's been unable to do much offensively against the Trojans' defense. Foothill had that one good drive, but it resulted in nothing, nada on the scoreboard. But very short punt for the North High Stars, and Foothill in business inside the North 35 to 33. Ball's off the right side of the foot. Number 2, the ball carrier for Foothill, has a good opening. Inside the 30-yard line, that would be Mike Garcia, number 2, the fullback. Mike showing a few moves. He's to about the 25-yard line. That'll be 2nd and 2 for the Trojans. Trojans like to put some points on the board on this series as they picked up a break after that short punt. Garcia once again up the middle. Inside 25 to about the 23-yard line. North up to the task that time. Nicholas Blankley were the tacklers for North High. Foothill just kind of showing that play 2 times in a row. I think they'll set them up second. They call it 1st and 10, so they do that quite a bit. They'll run the same play 2 or 3 times in a row. Myers, the quarterback, Rivenes to the outside, showing his speed. Bankston is able to contain him and bring him down. Joshua Bankston, number 3, who has some speed of his own, refusing to let Rivenes get to the outside. Also didn't let him cut inside of him either. Throws him down. No gain. We really went nowhere. About a half-yard gain for Rivenes. Call it 2nd and a long 9. So Rivenes twice tonight not able to get to the outside against the North. Schaefer wide left for Foothill. Ball in the right hash mark. Ball fake to Rivenes. Myers is throwing a heavy pressure, throws it away into the end zone. Had a couple of receivers out there. North with good coverage, Bankston and company. But he had to unload it quickly as the Stars were coming. 3rd and 9 for Foothill. So it'll be interesting to see what Foothill does if they're not able to get the first down on this play, if they'll go for the field goal or try to advance the markers. 3rd and 9 for the Trojans. Rivenes, single running back behind Myers. Myers straight drop back. Set up for the screen to Rivenes. Cannot make the catch. It was off his fingertips. North had it covered very well, though. I was able to cut the ball at the 28-yard line. It's 4th down. So the execution, what you would expect for a first game tonight for both teams. At 4th and 9, Foothill will be going for a field goal for the first down. Looks like they're going for the play. Schaefer comes back into the game for the Trojans. I don't think that play would have gained that much yardage. North had it covered very well. Split back behind Myers. And I think it's a timeout for North High. 10:08 to play in the first half. No score between Foothill and North. And this series for Foothill has bogged down somewhat. They got a break after that short punt by North High. And in fact, started this drive inside the North 35-yard line. But they haven't been as successful throwing the ball as they have been running the ball. That's why teams that run the ball successfully don't like to throw. Even though it does a tremendous job as far as opening up the defense, but when I throw a couple of incomplete passes, then they go back to the running game. But you have to have a lot of confidence in the running game to go for it on 3rd or 4th and 9, or 3rd and 4th and 10. North comes back to the field of this 4th and 9 situation. Stars hanging tough. For a copy of tonight's game, please call Time Warner Cable Productions. Our games are shown every Saturday morning at 10 o'clock and Sunday evenings at 6:30 on CNNSI, Time Warner Cable, Channel 52. A little different times this year than last year. I think more convenient times. 4th down, Myers to throw. Looking for Schaefer. Does not make the catch. It went through his hands at the 10-yard line. Chris Schaefer definitely has the size at 6'3". Had his man beat. Good throw by Myers. Threw it up high, but incomplete pass. So Foothill not executing on 2 consecutive passing plays here deep in North territory. And they haven't scored anything. So North got the break when Foothill fumbled inside their 10-yard line. Foothill got the break, where they started the drive at the North 33-yard line. But nobody has scored. North takes over. Moving against the Stars. Against the wide receiver. That should cost them a few yards. First game jitters. Both teams will play better in the second half. You know, it's totally different playing in a real game as opposed to a scrimmage or hitting your own guys in practice for 2 or 3 weeks. You know, you're so pumped up with emotion for the first game, but sometimes the emotions override everything you've been working on in practice. It's a matter of getting out there and continuing to do the same things in a repetitive fashion and to be successful at it. 1st and 15 for North. Brewer back in their quarterback. Gives the ball to Dozier. Tries to sneak his way for a couple of yards. But the Trojans up to the task. Dozier number 45. Bolton, Perez, Flores, Luna, Lee, Sturgeon, Jacobson, Stotler, Holguin, and Barriga and Brown on defense for Foothill. Bankston wide to the right. Doubles his quarterback and wide receiver. Brewer looking for him over the middle. The pass thrown behind him, incomplete. And here comes the flags. Might be defensive holding against Foothill. That was a looking pattern to Bankston. And Brewer didn't lead him enough. But defensive interference against Foothill. They held him up just a bit. North has had a couple of penalties tonight. Foothill with one that benefits North on this series. 9:13 to play in the first half. Foothill had that one excellent drive where they got inside the North 10-yard line. And it bogged down eventually. They started the last drive inside the North 35-yard line. But no score on the clock. Bennett wide to the right for North. High formation. Pick to Dozier. Throws up in the air looking for Bennett. Comes back for it. He's got it. First down for North at the Foothill 32. I talked about the height of the North receivers. That's all I have to do. Throw it deep downfield to them. They're tall. They can jump. Bennett 6'4". And definitely has the height advantage on the man covering him for Foothill. Up in number 34, Luna, who's only 5'9". But he's got a lot of inches and body on him. Perfect kind of throw in that situation. So North's trying to loosen up the Foothill defense. And have a 1st and 10 out of Foothill 32-yard line. Dozier hit the backfoot, breaks a tackle, stays on his feet. Doesn't get much. That was a nice throw by the quarterback for North High. As he rolled to his right, hit his receiver long downfield, just kind of threw it up into the air. And when you have a 6'4" receiver, and he's covered by somebody who's 5'9", it's definitely an advantage. Long count. Is Foothill offsides, or did somebody from North move? It was movement by Foothill. Okay, Foothill kind of aiding North in this drive with a couple of penalties. North with a nice pass reception, 8:16 to play in the second quarter. And North with the second down in about 3 situation. Dozier, the left side, a bit close to the first down marker. Left guard for North, number 72, Ken Blankenship. Left tackle, Dustin Terrell, number 77. At center, number 51, John Eritz. Right guard, Danny Thomas, number 64. At tight end, number 44, Clifton Airy. We'll call 3rd and short, 3rd and 2 for North and Foothill territory. Pitch back. Receiver back there. He decided to run it, looking downfield. And he's going to have to eat it. Look for number 15, Billington. And Billington was covered very well as Foothill came up. .7:04 to play in the first half. North High once again now with a 4th and 3 situation as they lost about a yard in that play from a 3rd and 2. Now they have 2 receivers wide to left on formation. Quarterback Brewer. He's rolling to his left. Gets to the outside. He'll have the first down. The flag is down to the 20 and out of bounds. But it could possibly holding or clip against North High. Holding against North. That will bring that fine run back by the quarterback. So we've had that happen a couple of times tonight by both teams in game number 1 of 1999. .6:28 to play, first half. North back to the 45-yard line. They'll be punting 4th and long. Rivenus back deep for Foothill. End kick away from Rivenus, which is a good idea. North falls on it around the 10-yard line, so they did what they wanted to do. In the North, that drive bogged down for a start, then they had a penalty. They kicked the ball away from Rivenus and pushed Foothill back deep in their own territory. Neither team has yet to score tonight from Foothill High School. Next week we have De La Salle and Bakersfield High School. De La Salle, who's won something like 88 consecutive games. It's dating back many years. They defeated BHS last year up there in Northern California. They're from Concord. Foothill with the ball. Rivenus to the other side and dragged down after a gain of 5 or 6 yards. As Meyer and company was going to his left, Rivenus coming the other way. In front of Myers was number 24 for Foothill, Ray Flores. Good misdirection, but North doing a fantastic job containing Rivenus tonight as a player for North High is down. I believe that's number 44 for the Stars. Clifton Airy, starting tight end, down on the field at the 6:05 mark of the first half. Jack O'Brien beginning his 7th year as head coach at North. And Ned Permenter beginning year number 34 as head coach. You know, Ned was an assistant coach here at Foothill prior to becoming head coach. Harville Pollard was the initial head coach at Foothill High School. Harville, a long-time assistant coach at Bakersfield College. Yes, he began the program here at Foothill. A lot of people thought that Ned Permenter was the first head coach at Foothill. Not so. But he's been here since the 60s. Definitely a great crowd here tonight for our first game of the year. Got a very hot week prior to around the Labor Day, and it has cooled down somewhat. Have a very pleasant evening from Foothill High School. Not quite like fall, but getting there. As Taylor Myers looked to the sideline towards Bobby Zell, longtime assistant to Ned Permenter. Dallas Plater has been with the club for a couple of years. Dallas formerly was the head coach at Wasco High. Spent some time at Shafter. Harry up on his feet. Harry number 44 for North. And being helped off the field. Jack O'Brien and his assistants. Clifton number 44 is a starting tight end for North. 6 feet to 190 pounds. But I definitely can't lose a player of his caliber. 2nd and 2 for the Trojans when we resume play. Schaefer will be wide to the left for the Trojans. Taylor Myers at quarterback. Ball given to number 2. He's had some good runs, Mike Garcia. The motion way floors, 1st and 10 for Foothill. The 5:50 mark of the first half. Up front for the Trojans. Justin Heffley, John Sturgeon, Robert Hull, Nathan Jacobson and company. Inside handoff for Foothill. And also Consolera Olkin and Tony Scott. Scott and Olkin are the tackles for Foothill. Olkin is about 5'11", well over 200 pounds, and Scott 6'2", 270. Jacobson, who plays both ways, 6 feet, 235. Rivenes to the outside. Look at those moves. Almost breaks it. Has a first down. Across the 30 to about the 31. Just kind of juking left and right as he's looking for that opening. A fine gain at a 1st and 10 for the Trojans. 5:12 to play as he's looking to break that North defense down. Run it inside, run it to the left, run it back to the right. A couple of option plays, maybe a pass once in a while. And we have an official's timeout. See what they're going to talk about. Thought it might be an equipment malfunction by some of the players. Our games this year shown on CNN SI, Time Warner Cable Channel 52, Saturday mornings at 10 o'clock and Sunday evenings at 6:30. Foothill back in the eye at 1st and 10. Myers, will he keep it? Yeah, keeps it to. Now he tries to throw it. Unloads it. They don't have a quick whistle on high school ball. Now the flag comes down. Looks like Myers is going to pitch it. He decided to keep it. As he was going down, he unloaded the ball. Foothill Trojans don't like that particular call. You would have an in the grasp call if it was pro football. But I can't hear it from here. The most likely they blew the whistle before he unloaded the ball to try to avoid the sack. And intentional grounding against Foothill. is kind of fired out there, no man's land. So that cost Foothill 5 yards, 1st and 15 at 4:43 on the clock. First game jitters for both teams. Myers pass complete. His wide receiver, short gain to about the 35. Shaver. They worked on that play exclusively prior to the game, but primarily with Myers and quarterback thrown to the right side. It's not a looping pattern. You throw it about 2 or 3 yards upfield. And you can hope that your receiver can break one tackle and take it somewhere downfield, 10, 15 yards. Second on 11, 4:15 to play in the first half for the Trojans. They're on the left hash mark. Myers on the keeper. Has a little opening. Makes a good fake. Picks up 2 or 3 yards. North stringing it out very well. Sasso, the sophomore, looking good out there for the North High Stars. We've got Michael Steiber. We have Simmons, who's number 2. Steiber, number 1. Yeah, Nicholas Blakely, number 5. Luttrell, Miller. We're 19 and 20 on defense for North. 30 and 7. Rivenes, inside hand up to Flores. Hit and drop by one man, Dozier. So Dozier doing his double duty on defense. And Flores came right at him, and Dozier just put him down. 1-on-1 tackle. That's what you like to see. 3:19. It's a 4th and 6 or 7 for Foothill. It's North staying their ground very well on defense. North seemingly has been in the right place at the right time tonight against Foothill. Myers, the punter for Foothill, standing has 25. Kind of a high snap. North is coming. Gets it off. Wobbles it out there. Bankston with a fair catch at his own 25-yard line. So Taylor Myers, who has good hands, doing a great job catching a high snap and booting it out to North High. 2:45 on the clock. No score between the Trojans and Stars from Foothill High School. Game number 1 of the 1999 season on CNNSI, Time Warner Cable Channel 52. Well, I had a lot of great games last year. So many games that went down to the wire. I bet at least half of them went down to the final quarter, and maybe 3 or 4 to the final minute. Maybe we'll have the same type of situation tonight. Wide to the right, Billington. Steiber wide left for North. I formation behind Bankston. Inside handoff to number 5, Nicholas Blakely. 5'8", 165-pounder. He plays defense for North. Picks up about 6 or 7 yards. You see Paul Brown, number 99 for Foothill. That was a nice run. It'd be a 3rd and 3 situation. You know, he's running hard. Number 12 on the tackle for Foothill. To Benedict. Pitch back to Dozier. Fumbles it. Picks it up again. And tries to run. He'll lose about 3 yards. I couldn't tell from my vantage point whether that was thrown behind him. He fumbled it momentarily. Then he picked it up and tried to gain some real estate. Brown over there for Foothill. Covering the ground on defense for the Trojans. And North faced with a 3rd and 5 situation. 1:40 to play in the first half. Paul Brown, 6 feet, 215. A senior, 99 for Foothill. They're a linebacker. Bankston. They're coming out and throws a high into the air for his wide receiver. Goes up. Incomplete. Similar play to one earlier, which was caught by number 8, Ryan Bennett. And the same cover man. Bennett couldn't hang on. 4th down for North. So we've had drop passes tonight, a lack of execution by both teams, and some costly penalties, and we have no scores. The most costly was Foothill's turnover inside the North 10-yard line. That's the only chance. They had 2 chances to score. That was their best chance to score tonight, the Trojans. High punt Comes down inside of 35 to about the 34, depending on where they spot it. 1:10 to play in the second quarter. The Trojans and the Stars. Goose eggs on the scoreboard. I really expect more scoring tonight. Maybe we'll have a wild second half. I hope. The Trojans with the ball at their own 35, they've had better opportunities to score than North High, but North has hung in there defensively. They really contain well, at least so far. Myers on the keeper, pitch back. Rivenes. There's North again. And on the play, they've scouted Foothill very well. Not allowing Ismail to get to the outside. Dozier. Number 64, Danny Thomas over there. 3 North High Stars in hot pursuit of Rivenes. Refusing to let him get to the outside. Foothill has been running inside, off tackle. Tried a couple of passing plays. They look for Rivenes on a screen. They pitch back to him. Done a couple of traps. But still, North has really done a good job. North tonight has been preparing very well for Foothill. They've done a great job, the defensive coaches for the Stars. Foothill relies on misdirection and deception and quickness with their offense. We're at the 54-second clock with 2nd and 11. I think the Trojans should put the ball in the air. Why not? Try to make something happen before the half. But have a safe pass downfield. Let's try a safe pass downfield. The North Stars talk things over with Jack O'Brien and company. Coach O'Brien has to be very pleased with the play of his team tonight. And maybe Ned Permetta more frustrated with his team. He kind of felt that maybe Foothill would be farther along than North in his first game. Myers rolling to his right, looking downfield. North coming up, Streamwell, the pass complete to number 2. A pretty good gain to Garcia. They'll be shy of the first down. Josh Bankston on the stop. Josh really covers the field well for North. Gives them that speed in the backfield. Timeout Foothill. The Bankston was able to bring down Rivenes one time, one-on-one, on an attempted running play, and Foothill had a great opportunity to score for the second time tonight. Now he and Dozier and a few other guys have covered the wide plays very well. So the North DBs and safeties covering the deep plays well. There's a pass by Myers, who's looking downfield. Caught through back across the left. But Bankston right there. Allow a short gain, don't allow Foothill to go deep. So North played it very well. North playing the zone back there and containing. That's the name of the game against Foothill. That's what they've been doing for just about 2 quarters tonight. Michael Kitts is your right cornerback, and he definitely has a height disadvantage against number 3 for Foothill. Schaefer, he's given up a lot of height. Let's see if the Trojans will take advantage of that, or at least try to. Myers straight drop back, looking for Schaefer. Flips it high into the air, one-on-one coverage, and complete. Like I said, that's the man to look for. He's about 6'3", number 21 for North. Probably is about 5'9". Actually, let's him at 5'7". And Schaefer had him beat just a bit. The throw might have been a little bit too long, but I'm not sure if Schaefer stopped running a little bit on it. You have to weave into that ball. But you know what? When you're 6'3", you have to take advantage of a 6-inch height advantage over the defensive back, especially one-on-one coverage. And some of the throws have been just a little bit too long, and so far tonight, 2 quarters, nobody's been able to make a big play for either team. Timeout Foothill, 34 seconds to play in the first half. But Foothill doing what they had to do. Take advantage of that height advantage and go for broke, throw it downfield. Nothing wrong with that. They caught one-to-one coverage. And they got to try it. The North has been hanging in very tough against the Trojans tonight. Okay, let's see that. Put by Myers. Just overthrown to Schaefer. I don't think it even hit his fingertips. You know, some receivers like Farmer at UCLA, the great receivers in the pros, quarterbacks can throw it seemingly well out of the reach, and those guys just keep on running for it and eventually come up with it, either with a dive or it seems like when the ball's in the air, great receivers pick up their speed and accelerate. And some receivers, when they think that the ball's overthrown, tend to not run as hard, seem to quit a little bit, and that's why some of the throws look like they're too far. But you have to keep on running because you never know what you can come up with. Jack Snow was great when he played with the Rams years ago on that. Rivenes, I think, has a first down, just belted by about 3 or 4 stars as he was trying to get loose. Simmons, Dozier, a lot of stars in on the tackle. They're calling it 4th and short for Foothill. 28 seconds on the clock. And North High calls a timeout. They're calling it first down now. They were slow in moving the chains. So we've had a number of timeouts there in the last minute. Foothill went to the passing game for a couple of plays and decided to fool North with a running play to Rivenes. And they have scouted Foothill very well, probably for the last 2 weeks, knowing all the tendencies that the Trojans like to use. And they probably feel if they can keep number 20 under control, they can hang with the Trojans for the entire game. That's what the feeling is right now. 28 seconds on the clock. North High back on defense. Kind of wonder if the North High D will be tired in the second half. They've been out there on D quite a bit here in the first half. Foothill has controlled the ball much more than North, but they have yet to score. Myers, straight drop back from the 40. Rivenes wide open, and a pass overthrown at the 10-yard line. Boy, North has been dodging a bullet. Had about 3 receivers wide open today deep, and every time the pass has been too far. Rivenes was the most wide open of anybody tonight for the Trojans. They still come up in 21 seconds on the clock at 1st and 10. That penalty is against Foothill. Illegal use of hands against Foothill. So it would have been brought back anyway. And have a tendency to get those on long passing plays. And the offensive linemen want to protect that quarterback at any cost. 1st and long for the Trojans. Myers setting up for the screen to Rivenes. The 30, 35. Oh, great tackle by Dozier coming up. Woo! The 45. Simmons over there. Foothill unable to get Rivenes out in the open. They were able to knock him down before he was able to cut back against the grain. The clock shows 0. There was a penalty flag down. One time the scrim was over from that time, not successful, as North had everything covered. Foothill should have one more play in this half. Actually, the clock would show, I guess, 1 or 2 seconds. Schaefer to the left for Foothill. It is slot for the Trojans. Rivenes. Brown is blocked. Goes to the outside. Has good running room. Across midfield 45. Looks like he has a first down. Got about 18 yards on the play, but the clock runs out in the first half. No score between Foothill and North. And you're watching the Prep Football Game of the Week exclusively on CNSI, Time Warner Cable, Channel 52.
are the games you really want to see? ESPN Game Plan on pay-per-view. See over 100 college football games, your favorite teams from the best conferences, no matter where you live. ESPN Game Plan.
Begin Saturday, September 14th, only $11.95 per day, or order the season package and get multiple games each Saturday for only $99 on Time Warner Home Theater.
Between the Foothill Trojans and the North Stars from Foothill High School in our debut of prep football on CNNSI Time Warner Cable Channel 52 for 1999. The Foothill High Marching Band is out there on the field right now, hoping to inspire the crowd and inspire the Foothill Trojans when they come back in the second half. We begin the third quarter of action from Foothill High School as the Trojans and Stars have battled to a 0-0 tie in the first half tonight. Foothill has had a couple of great opportunities to score. They had a first and goal situation inside the North 10. And attempted pitch out from Taylor Myers to Ismail, the running back for Foothill, went awry. North recovered. Foothill had another chance to score. After a short North punt, Foothill recovered at the 33-yard line and were able to score that time. The Trojans have had a couple of receivers open downfield, but the passes have fallen incomplete. Both teams have been guilty of some costly penalties. The North defense has been on the field quite a bit tonight. That might be a factor in the second half. But I would have to say Jack O'Brien, the head coach of North, has to be very pleased with the effort of his team so far tonight. Ned Permetto, the head coach of Foothill, may be a little frustrated. He probably expected more of his team in the first two quarters. The Trojans have had more opportunities to score. The kickoff comes to Dozier across the 20, 25. Running hard across the 30 to the 34. Dozier doing a good job tonight at halfback and on defense for North, as is Joshua Bankston. Joshua's played some quarterback, wide receiver, and defensive back for North this evening. So North would like to move the ball somewhat on offense to keep their defense off the field as we begin the third quarter. Quarterback Alex Brewer for the Stars. As soon as we begin the third quarter, we see a flag. Substitution problem, infraction against North. Number 44 for the Stars, who was injured in the first half, Clifton Airy, exits the field. North moving left to right across your TV dial. Red pants, white jerseys, red letters. Foothill in their traditional black and gold. Number 1, that free safety for Foothill is a sophomore, as Bolton, number 1. A short one by the Stars up the middle. Foothill's done an outstanding job keeping the Stars in check tonight. The Stars have done a very good job containing Rivenes, the outstanding running back for Foothill, and the entire Foothill offense. 34 yards rushing for Rivenes at the first half. Probably had about 15 of those on the last play. Brown calling defensive signals for Foothill, number 99, right there in the middle. Call it 2nd and 14 for North. Information behind Brewer. The count, looking to throw. Wobbles it out there. Picked off by number 40 for the Trojans. With some running room to the 40. Finally dragged outside the 30-yard line. Daniel Lee with a pickoff. The ball was underthrown by Alex Brewer. Lee just came in front of the receiver, and Foothill with a golden opportunity inside the North 30-yard line. Let's take a look at that again. The pass was underthrown by the quarterback, wobbled it out there. Lee in perfect position. Cuts about 4 yards in front of the receivers, makes a nice run as North had trouble bringing him down. Kind of had to strangle him. Got off in the backfield, not much there for the Trojans. Rivenes just manhandled by Dozier and company. And Ismail has had a very quiet game so far. Of course, he can break one at any time. So the Trojans have a second down situation, 10 minutes plus to play. They're in the third quarter. Looks like a little confusion in the Foothill offensive backfield, and they're going to call a timeout. Some of the offensive linemen were not sure where to line up. Timeout Foothill. We had a number of timeouts during the last minutes of the second quarter. The Trojans attempting to dent the scoreboard here in the third with 10:17 to play. The Foothill turned the ball over inside the North 10. They're in early going. got thwarted that drive. Foothill had a ball inside the North 35 again. Both Stars were able to keep that problem under control, and this time pickoff by Foothill. And they give the North territory once again. Foothill's had trouble sustaining a drive tonight. North has not had too many drives. Foothill's had trouble putting those drives into gear and putting some points on the board. Second and 10 situation for the Trojans. Bobby Zell at the top of his offensive unit. A long-time assistant here at Foothill. Myers gives it to number 2. That was Mike Garcia at the middle. Makes a good gain out of it. Looked like a little confusion in the backfield. First and 10 for Foothill. Deep inside North territory. Mike Garcia doing the honors for Foothill. Okay, first and 10. Split backs. Myers cuts it up inside to the 15. Dives forward to about the 12 or 13 yard line. Number 4 over there for North High. That would be Sabo, the sophomore. Matthew Simmons, number 2, calling defensive signals for North. The inside backer. 5'9", 175. Call it second and 8. Myers for Rivenes makes a quick move to the 10. 5. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Foothill Trojans. Rivenes saw the opening that he needed. Quick move to left, Burks to the right. And hits pay dirt. So Latillo against North costly. The Trojans take advantage of it here in the third quarter. Those are the first points scored of the game tonight at the 8:54 mark of the third. Daniel Lee with a pickoff for Foothill, a nice run back. Myers to do the PAT work. Kick is high enough, and it is good. 7-0 Trojans. 8:54 to play in the third over North High as Foothill takes advantage of the INT by Daniel Lee, the running back. Ismail Rivenes with the touchdown for Foothill off the right side. Good blocking over there by the Trojans. By the way, the Trojans offensive line looking like this. We have number 33, Justin Hevley, the right guard. Is number 53, John Sturgeon. Center 65, Robert Hull. At left guard, number 71, Nathan Jacobson. At right tackle, Candelario Olgan. He's number 75. And at left tackle, Tony Scott, number 77. The North player is down on the field at the 5 or 6 yard line. Still can't pick up his. Let's look at that run by Rivenes for the touchdown for Foothill. As you can see, has a big opening. Really nobody touched him. Foothill did a great job on the right side. Number 72, the injured player for North. And 72 is Ken Blankenship, their starting left guard. Now he's walking off the field. A slight limp. Well, hopefully he's okay. Rivenes had made a quick burst to his right, but a great job by the offensive line, which made it very easy for him. Myers will be kicking off for Foothill. We have Dozier And number 34, Robert Mendoza, deep for North. Dozier to the near side, receives the ball to 5. To the 10, 15. Eludes one tackler. He does a great job of getting up to about the 27-yard line. He definitely knows how to pick his holes. The starting tailback for North High. 45 at 5'9", 175. Daryl Dozier. He's a senior. Okay, North comes up to the ball. Down 7-0, 8:46 to play in the third. Now we have a nice crowd at Foothill High School tonight. North on the far side, full just in front of us. In fact, we are above the press box, at least I am. Inside handoff, not much of a push by the North offensive line. Foothill number 73 kind of holding things up. Tyler Towering, number 73 for Foothill. Another North player is down. Kind of wonder in a situation like this if some of it is more fatigue than anything. And we hope that's the case. It's number 44, the second time that he has gone down momentarily tonight. Airy for North. Clifton. He was slow to get up in the first half, but was able to eventually get up on his own power. Might just be sometimes fatigue or dehydration with your first game of the year. It's been very warm. And we hope that is the case. 8:32 to play in the third. As this game moving along very slowly in the third quarter. Had actually a very quick first half, with the exception of the final minute. Gives the players a chance to rest some. Foothill goes to the sidelines to talk with Dallas Plater, coach of the defense, the defensive coordinator for Foothill. Head coach Ned Pimento talking to one of the officials. And Airy being guided off the field. I hope he's okay, number 44. 6 feet, 190 pounds. Clifton is only a junior. Plays tight end and defensive end for the Stars. Jack O'Brien checking things out on the North High sideline. North, two receivers to the right, one to the left. Bankson in the slot right for North. Burrow, the keeper, puts his head down and goes across the 35 to about the 36-yard line. Alex Burrow, number 9, the quarterback, was able to pick up a little bit of real estate. They shy of the first down, 3rd and 4 for the Stars. Brown looking over to the Foothill sideline for defensive signals with number 99. Bankston and number 15 wide to the side. That would be Philip Billington from North. Single coverage for the Trojans. Brewer looking to throw. Heavy pressure. Pass knocked away at the last second by the sophomore for Foothill, Bolton. Bankston was open, and Bolton came over at the last minute and knocked it away. His brother is one of the ball boys for Foothill. And there was talk that Bolton would be brought to the varsity last year as a freshman. He had to be 15 to play varsity football. He thought he was ready. They decided to give him another year. Pretty tough when you're a sophomore playing free safety, but obviously he has a lot of talent and speed. High punt almost straight up in the air by North. Second poor punt of the evening. Gets a fairly good roll for the Stars, but Foothill will start off in excellent field position at their own 46-yard line. The Ryan Bennett having trouble with some of his punts tonight as we look at that last play. Bankston open, waiting for the ball. Perfect play by Bolton. Coming over and knocking it away at the last second. did not come over the back of Bankston, the receiver. Eddie had some excellent defense position, saved about 20 yards there. Put it with the ball, 7:24 to play. Rivenes to the outside. Gets by Bankston this time. The 40-yard line, 35 down the sidelines, and thrown out of bounds. This time he got past Josh Bankston. Ismail with some running room for about the first time tonight. As Foothill looking to wear down the North defense, who has been on the field for much of this game. And of course the field position helps. There's with a speed pass. Bankston shifts the ball to his left arm, now down the sidelines. Hit and dragged out of bounds by number 9 for North, Alex Brewer, who also plays quarterback. I tell you what, the Foothill started this drive just inside midfield, the last drive, at about the 30-yard line. They don't have much to go. You have to make them travel 60, 70 yards on a series. When you're cutting down the field for them, you're digging a hole for yourself. 7-0 Trojans, 6:45 to play. They have controlled the clock and really controlled the tempo tonight. But the score is still rather close. Myers up the middle. Will affect to Rivenes. Had a ball given to number 2, Garcia. He's been somewhat effective running the ball up the middle for the Trojans. Daryl Dozier making the attack from North. Calling the defensive signals right now for North. Nicholas Blakely. There's the run by Garcia. He's had a chance to break it for more yardage. 3rd and 4 for the Trojans. 2 backs behind Myers. Looking to pass. Fairly good protection. Up in the air towards the end zone. Schaefer goes up. Incomplete, but possibly interference against North High. Single coverage on Schaefer, who had about the 6-inch height advantage, but I believe he was held as he went up for the ball. My presumption is the North High's clapping like it's offensive interference. Let's see that again. The ball's thrown up in the air. Yeah, it looked like Schaefer was pushing off to receive the ball from Myers, so they're going to wave it off. It wasn't flagrant enough, which is a good call. He pushed off just slightly to go over the defensive back, but it wasn't that flagrant enough. And you can't call it against the defense. So the referees had a little discussion about it and decided not to call anything at all. Well, you got to let him play. So it'll be the 4th down situation for Foothill. At 5:57 to play in the 3rd, and they're going to attempt a field goal. Now they'll call a timeout. First game of the year. It's not a scrimmage. You're not playing against each other. You have to get your special teams in sync, your offense in sync, your defense together. Just like we have to be in sync. It's always tough the first game of the year. And Foothill wasn't sure if they were going to try a field goal or go for the first down. They have about a 4th and 3 situation. I think I would go for the first down if I was them, with a 7-point lead and that deep into North High territory. Maybe they're going to talk about it. But if you have an outstanding field goal kicker, you go for the 3 points. You have an athlete like Taylor Myers who can play quarterback and also kicks for you. There's a lot of things you can do with a player of that type of ability. Might fake the kick, roll out. Holding for Foothill will be Bolton, the sophomore. He also is backup quarterback for Foothill. Myers will attempt, let's see, about a 37-yarder from the 27-yard line. It's a 37-yarder attempt for Myers. Should be fairly straight kick. Kick is high enough, but it is wide to the right. No good. So 4th and 3. I thought the Foothill should have gone for it. They go for the field goal. A little bit out of the range of Myers, and they don't come up with anything. Time of possession tonight, Foothill has dominated, but not on the scoreboard, where they lead 7-0. So the Trojans hoping to keep North alive after that pick off by Daniel Lee in the final run back. And then he had a good run by Revenus, but Foothill comes up with nothing. They've had the scoring opportunities tonight, but North hanging tough midway through the third quarter. North High calls a timeout. North High trying to decide what they will do in the situation. Yeah, kind of a quick timeout for North. They went off the sidelines, came back, and talking things over right now. Jack O'Brien is the head coach of North in his 7th year. The assistant coaches are Tony Silver and Rick Hood. Also Tim Lemon and Dan Sassel. The trainer Vern Walk. Ed Pimento is assisted by Bobby Zell, Dallas Plater, and Cliff Bolton. Cliff's son plays safety, the sophomore safety for Foothill. And I mentioned the name of Sassel for North. His son plays for North High. Brewer kind of unsure what to do, and he's thrown down in the backfield. Wasn't sure if he's going to pitch the ball out to Dozier or roll it to his left and pass the ball, but Foothill definitely dominated the line of scrimmage on that play. Number 71 in there, making his presence felt. Nathan Jacobson, a two-way performer for Foothill, really dominated. There's Jacobson, number 71. Excellent shot, guys. Jacobson just manhandling the quarterback. And for a 2 or 3 yard loss, I think you get credit for the sack. 2nd and 13 for North, deep in their own territory. Brewer, play action, rolling to his right. The short man, Bankston, has a first down. Across the 30 out of bounds. Joshua Bankston, coverage by Bolton, the free safety. Let's air it out, North High. Let's air it out. 5 minutes to play, third quarter. First down for the Stars. North has to get the ball to Bankston and or Dozier. I think to do something in this game to keep it close. Number 8 is your tall receiver, Ryan Bennett. He got the height advantage on the corner on that side, on the near side. Probably motion against North as they moved early. Somebody or 3 guys weren't sure of the count. And it's against the North. Danny Thomas, 64, and some of the other offensive linemen moved too early. So North trying to get in sync. It'll be 1st and 15 for the Stars after those 5 yards. 3 receivers out, 2 to the left side. Brewer. Dozier running to 2 or 3 Trojans. One of them Brown, 99. And he definitely had assistance. Like running to a black and gold wall. Brown, 99, calling the defensive signals for Foothill. 76 leaving for the Trojans. Aaron Barriga taking a breather. 4:25 to play in a third. Foothill showing blitz. Play action. Brewer's pass incomplete to Bankston. Tried to run before he caught the ball. He won't miss those very often. The ball is right in his hands, and they're thinking about going upfield. Just didn't concentrate on the ball. Josh Bankston won't drop too many of those this year for North High. He's a good athlete. Call 3rd and 12 for the Stars. They have to come up with something right here. As Bankston and Billington wide to the right for North. High formation behind. Brewer, pitch back, Dozier. looking for some running room and not much there. Jacobson held him up in a backfield. Then he tried to slip through about 3 other Trojans to no avail. 73 over there. Tyler Towery for Foothill. Going to be punting time for North at 4th and 11. And 2 of Ryan Bennett's punts have almost gone straight up in the air tonight for North. This one has more height and more depth. Rivenes takes it on the fly at the 37-yard line, goes down immediately. Better hang time for Bennett and more leg from that punt. That's what you like to see. Now they get North somewhat out of that hole. And Foothill has the ball at their own 39-yard line. You know, special teams are so important in football, not only at the college and pro level, but also in high school. If you have a good or excellent punting and kicking game, and if you don't have an outstanding offense, you can stay in a lot of ball games. If you have the good special teams coverage and a good punt return, kickoff return team, and a good defense, you will stay in a lot of games and win many of them, especially down the stretch, because you're playing field position. If you make the other team start majority of their drives inside the 30-yard line, you're going to be doing okay. But if they start a lot of drives at their own 40 or about midfield, they're cutting the playing surface in half. But it makes it very tough, especially in the second half, when you have many guys going both ways. 3 minutes to play here in the third. 7-0 Trojans. The 2nd and 8 for Foothill. Schaefer wide left. Ray Flores coming out of the game. No, he's not in motion. Long count for Myers. Play action over the middle. The pass complete. That'll be first down for Foothill. The first down for the Trojans. I didn't pick up the number of the player who caught the ball. Maybe I can this time on the play action right there. Nice Victor Garcia. Freezes the linebacker. Pass over the middle. That was complete to 34. Could tell. Garcia, the ball carrier. Burst of energy up the middle. Across the 40 to close to the first down marker. Let's see what they spot it. And they're calling it a first down for Foothill. Inside of 40 at about the 36, 37-yard line. Garcia running very effectively between the tackles up the middle, north-south for Foothill. And that tries to open things up for Rivenes around the outside. And Justin heavily caught that last pass, 33 for Foothill, playing tight end. Bolton playing running back, hit and drop the sophomore in the backfield for Foothill. 5'11", 160-pounder. Hit hard and dropped for a loss of 1 yard. They call it 2nd and 11 for the Trojans. 1:30 to play in the third. Foothill on the move once again here in the third quarter. Play action. Myers looking down the middle, has a man wide open. It's caught. Touchdown, Foothill. Number 24, Ray Flores, wide open. Flores plays wingback for Foothill. Was able to get deep past the North secondary as the Trojans opening things up here in the third quarter, just kind of extending that North defense in all directions. And they scored for the second time tonight. Good play action fix by Myers. Nice throw. Flores was just waiting for it. And Myers was trying to PAT. Taylor Myers. Kick is up and it's good. 14-0 Foothill over North at Foothill High School. 1:19 to play in the third. And you're watching the Prep Football Game of the Week exclusively on CNNSI, Time Warner Cable, Channel 52. as you see the Foothill cheerleaders. Foothill opening things up here in the third. Let's see that touchdown once again. The ball high in the air. Flores just waiting for it. Cradles it in his arm and slides into the end zone. That's what Foothill likes to see, the referee with his arms outstretched for the touchdown. And North High wants to see that again tonight, too. Well, the North High defense was on the field quite a bit in the first 2 quarters. And I think that fatigue has been settling in for the Stars as Foothill bring out a few more plays here in the second half. Opening things up as we're receiving a cool breeze tonight at Foothill High School. I like it. It's feeling like fall now. I think the temperature has dropped about 5 degrees in the last couple of minutes. Are the leaves falling yet? Is that autumn breeze? Myers, a versatile athlete that he is. Quarterback, place kicker, field goal kicker for Foothill. Drives it through the end zone. It eludes Dozier. That'll be first and 10 for North at their own 20-yard line. Dozier side of the football. Football looks lonely just sitting there by itself. And we're in the closing stages of the third quarter. North with a first down situation once again. So Rivenis has scored for Foothill, and then Myers with a touchdown pass to Flores. Everything Foothill does is a setup for an ensuing play. Reception. Quickness. North with the I formation. One receiver wide to left. Make that 2. Brewer. Pitch back to his wide receiver. And he falls down. Flores right there in hot pursuit, number 24. And he wasn't going anywhere. Number 8 for North. Ryan Bennett. As Foothill had it smelled out very, very effectively. So the third quarter has been all Foothill Trojans tonight. Foothill had opportunities to score in the first half, but were not able to execute at the proper time. Their execution has been better in the second half. 30 seconds to play in the third. Brewers go to the middle. Loose ball. North falls on it. That would have been devastating to the North cause. And Foothill came up with that at the 15-yard line. Down by 2 touchdowns, North High. They've been having trouble generating in the offense tonight. It's very difficult when you're inside your 20-yard line on series after series as the clock is winding down here in the third quarter. And a score after 3, Foothill 14, North nothing. You're watching the Prep Football Game of the Week exclusively on CNN SI, Time Warner Cable, Channel 52.
I'm Ray Mish, and I know grief comes in many forms. Over the past 40 years, the Mish family has given compassionate, understanding services to thousands of grieving families. The Mish family can provide all needs regardless of your traditions. It may be traditional funeral services or cremation, even counseling for pre-arranged funeral plans. We have 2 locations in Oildale and the Southwest just to help you, and that makes a whole lot of difference.
I'm sitting across from a person who's getting ready to write a large sum of money for an automobile, and I've purchased vehicles before, and I know exactly what they're going through. It can be nerve-wracking. The no hassle, no haggle price allows Saturn to be so much at ease with the customer and allows us to treat everyone so fair. It really doesn't matter whether you do a short-term lease, a long-term lease, short-term financing, long-term financing, or cash. Once you're in the Saturn family, you're in the Saturn family. I am going to see this person again. You see them at the supermarket, you see them in a restaurant, so we want to make sure they are completely comfortable with the entire process.
with a pass downfield for North High, incomplete on the far side. He had just completed a first down reception to Joshua Bankston. And we'll have a second down situation for North as we start the fourth quarter here at Foothill High School. The Trojans 14, the Stars nothing. And North beginning to throw a little bit more as this game progresses. North most likely to air it out here in the fourth period. Yes, you have to run every once in a while, but down 14-0. They have to put the ball in the air. High information for the Stars. 3 receivers out. North. And a run ball that time. And Dozier hit hard. Breaks the tackle. I think they called. They blew the whistle. 53 for Foothill making the initial stop. John Sturgeon. We'll see where his forward progress went. Dozier 45, the ball carrier. The tackle in the backfield for about a yard loss. He broke loose after they blew the whistle. So he exits for momentarily to get something done to his helmet. And for North, 3rd and 12 situation. Wide left for the Stars. Michael Stiver. And we have Ryan Bennett wide right. Put 4 men on the defensive front. Brewer to throw. His pass incomplete. Just off the hands of Bennett. So Brewer to Bennett. Bolton back there on defense number 1 for Foothill. And the pass off the hands of the North High receiver. Let's look at that play again. I thought he had a chance to catch that one. He has the height advantage. Looked like this went off his hands. He has 6 and 7 inches on all the Foothill cornerbacks. Somewhat of a flat kick, goes out of bounds in front of the Foothill sidelines. By Bennett. The Foothill has been able to take advantage of some of the short punts. That was a 26-yarder. Foothill's had excellent field position this entire game, especially in the second half. They've started drives in North Territory. This time they're throwing 40. Another time they're at the 46. Then they had an interception. Return to the North 30-yard line. They definitely haven't had to go far in their possessions in the second half. 10:30 to play in the ball game. Revenus cuts back, has an opening. Look at that acceleration. First down across midfield to North High territory. And as the defense begins to get tired, Ismail Revenus begins to heat up. He had 997 yards last year, just under 1,000. 1st and 10. Garcia, the ball carrier, cuts back, gains about 5 yards. Okay, let's see the run by Revenus. Look at the move there. Good blocking. Tries to split the defense. Look at the leg power. At 150-pounder. He is so close to breaking one. You know, that defense begins to bog down and get tired. That's when you see him break the long ones in the fourth quarter. Straight handoff. Myers doing a great job faking the ball to Revenus. Garcia been very effective running the ball up the middle for Foothill. That keeps the down linemen and linebackers honest with the defensive play. Then you have Revenus running to the outside or off tackle. Once in a while, play action fake by Myers. Garcia again likes what he sees. He has a first down and more. North High beginning to arm tackle a little bit here in this series. Now the Trojans on the mark. Brewer with the tackle. Brewer, Bankston. A lot of North players going both ways. Beginning to get tired here in the fourth quarter. Been on the field quite a bit for defense. The corners for North are Bankston and Michael Kitts. Rivenus to the side. Does not get past Bankston and company. Josh did a great job containing him. Matthew Simmons, number 2, with the mentality of a linebacker. That's what he is. And Bankston converging on Rivenus. And they drop Rivenus for about a 3-yard loss. Officials timeout. Let's see where they mark the ball. Talk a little equipment adjusting for one of the North High down linemen. 8:27 to play in the ball game, 14-0 Foothill. In our first game of the 1999 season. Next week, we have Bakersfield High School hosting De La Salle from Concord, which has the most incredible, awesome winning streak in the nation. Meyer standing over center. Play action. Good rush by North. Now he reverts to his right. Flips it into the end zone. Man wide open. Is he in there? Touchdown, Foothill! Peretti wide open on the right corner. Wasn't sure if he got his feet in. But Meyer saw him. Flipped it into the end zone for the score. That's his second touchdown pass tonight. Myers doing it all. Runs to different receivers. And Peretti definitely a happy young man on the Foothill sideline. So the Trojans airing it out here in the second half. Opening it up. Unlike Coach Preventer. Generally a grunt-oriented team. They know that North High is tired. They have been stretching their defense to allow success. It goes up and it's good. Big second half for Foothill. 21-0 Trojans. 8-12 to play in the ball game. Let's see that catch once again. Really a great athletic move by both players. He couldn't get his feet in. Only needs 1 foot in high school ball. Now Myers on that play did a play action, rolled to his left, felt the rush, reverted back to his right, threw on the run to a wide open receiver. We have a quarterback that can maneuver that way. It really does stretch the defense. So Foothill showing the running game and the passing game. Myers with a couple of touchdown passes. Also 3 PATs. Number 4 is Jeremiah Perotti, I believe. Not Peretti, I believe it's Perotti. Jeremiah with a touchdown catch, number 4. And he is a senior for Foothill. Well, the Trojans looking much more composed in the second half and playing the kind of football they want to play this year. They had some problems with execution in the first 2 quarters. In the second half, they have improved drastically. Dozier slips as the ball goes through his hands to the end zone. And it will not be run out. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Stars to their own 20. So North playing an excellent first half tonight. In the second half, it's been all Foothill. So the TIG has been effective for the Stars. And Foothill has just kind of revved up their engine just a bit here in the final 2 quarters. Field position has been advantageous for Foothill. They've shown more diversity on offense than North High. And they've shown more overall speed. Dozier. They lose 1 tackler. Picks up maybe 5 or 6 yards. I think Karasolis with the tackle for Foothill. Number 78, Carasalis is 6'2", 304. Number 78 for the Trojans. 7:40 on the clock. First, check that 2nd and 5 for North. Bankston in a slot to the side. And another timeout for North High. Some of the North players are a little bit upset. They call a timeout with so much time on the clock. But they have to come up with something very quickly here. Down by 3 touchdowns with limited time in the game. Foothill with a so-so first half and a very explosive second half. They've been able to get a lot of people involved. If you'd like a copy of tonight's game or any other local program on Time Warner Cable, you can call us at 322-1941, 322-1941. As you see the Foothill Trojans talking things over with Dallas Plater, their defensive coordinator. Some of the Foothill cheerleaders in front of us. North High on the far side talking things over with Jack O'Brien and their coaching staff. Jack thought that he would have a rebuilding year for North. But we'll see what happens throughout the course of the year. You can't put too much emphasis on one game. I think some of North's fatigue and experience has shown here in the second half. As North comes up to the ball, 2nd and 5. Billington wide to the left for North. In a slot, Bankston. High formation. Number 34, the ball carrier for North, and goes nowhere. Robert Mendoza, sophomore. 170-pounder, plays strong safety. And excellent penetration by the Foothill defense. They've been able to stop that running attack all night long. But most of the time, with the exception of the cornerbacks, they've had 8 guys very close to the line of scrimmage. 8 players within about 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. The passing attempt, plenty of time to throw the pass. Juggle by Bankston, incomplete. He was playing the part of the juggler, but couldn't come up with the ball. As the ball was thrown to a crowd, Joshua trying to run before he was able to grasp the ball. And on 4th down, looks like North will be punting. 6:50 to play. The Stars down 21-0. There's the juggle, juggle, juggle. A lot of Trojans and Stars in hot pursuit of the ball. Nobody could come up with it. It was a nice punt. Taken by Bolton. Made a catch like a center fielder. Wind is swirling just a bit. Ryan Bennett has improved his punting as this game has gone on for North High. He had the nice hang time back time in the distance. 6:41 to play in the ball game. Foothill with it at their own 39-yard line. Now they're going to bring in a new quarterback. Looks like number 13. They're calling signals. Greg Hernandez, a junior, 6 feet, 145 pounds. Hernandez over center. One of 4 Hernandez on the Foothill team. There's Bolton. Going to cut back up to about the 44-yard line. Bolton seeing time tonight. Starts at safety. Also getting in some running from the backfield. Bolton plays some back quarterback. But with his speed, they like to use him all over the field. Brandon Welch wide to the left of Foothill. Ball's fumbled by Hernandez, and I think North High comes up with it. He turned around looking for a couple of Trojans, and they were going every which way. And North has the turnover inside Foothill territory at the 43-yard line. When you're a quarterback, it takes a lot of precision to run this offense. tried to fake the ball to one of the running backs and lost control of it. High formation for North High. A lot of time, 6:02 to play in the ball game. 21-0 in favor of Foothill. Dallas Plater walking out there to talk to his defense. Has some new people in the game for Foothill, like number 66, Tejeda for the Trojans. Number 12, Joe DeBenneler for Foothill. As the Stars looking to get the scoreboard against the Trojans tonight. Down by 21-0. 0-0 game of the half. It has been all Foothill in the second half. They have dominated the line of scrimmage. They have taken advantage of some short punts by North. Taken advantage of some TOs, turnovers by North High. And they've utilized their entire offensive arsenal in the second half. Foothill has the experienced quarterback returning this year in Taylor Myers. He's also a fine kicker. We have a Rivenus who played last year, had just under 1,000 yards. North High has people new at quarterback and also at running back, and then a lot of other positions. Dozier to the outside, has 5 yards to the 30, has a first down, tries to cut inside to about the 22. His best run of the night for number 45, Darren Dozier. He saw a lot of playing time last year, but was not the primary runner. So North High outside the 20-yard line at the 22. First and 10 for the Stars with 5:40 to play in the ball game. There's Dozier showing good speed to the outside. Slows down, makes a cutback. Tackled by Hernandez. Quarterback rolling to his left and thrown down by number 71 for Foothill. Nathan Jacobson, who's been back there in the quarterback's face more than once tonight. Jacobson just destroying an offensive lineman. Taking him and throwing him off to the side. 5 minutes plus to play in the fourth quarter. 21-0 Foothill. North now has a second and long situation. Call it second and 14, maybe more than that. Like second and 16. High behind Brewer. Under heavy rush, fires it to the far side. Incomplete. Looked like it was right through the hands of Joshua Bankston. And now a late flag. It might be a personal foul penalty, but I'm not sure who against. Personal foul against Foothill. The roughing the passer penalty that came from the backside to nail the quarterback after the pass attempt. So Foothill is assisting North on this drive, and North will take it. Yeah, they move the chains. North now inside the Foothill 15-yard line at the 14. It's third and short for North. And this is a 2-down situation for the Stars. 3 receivers out. Foothill's defense spread out very well. Pitch back. Dozier behind him. Has an opening to 10-5. Touchdown, North High. Pitch back to Dozier, had some fine blocking up front and smelled the end zone. That exploded for Paydirt. So North High gets the scoreboard for the first time tonight. 21-6. Getting the place kicking for North. Number 73, Sean Schneider. Schneider's kick is high enough. Flag is down. It is good. We will see what the flag is all about. And the referees discussing things with players on both teams. After the touchdown by Dozier. The score reads 21-7 in favor of Foothill after the kick by Schneider. And then we had a personal foul. Now they talk things over with Jack O'Brien. Let's see the touchdown by Dozier. There he goes, running power. Look at him dive to the end zone. He wanted that one. That's what I like to see. So Dozier hasn't given up tonight for North High. He wanted to score his first touchdown of 1999. As he hits pay dirt for North. 21-7. PAT is good. And the penalty is against Foothill. It is being assessed at the kickoff. And going for North High will kick it all the way through, try an onside kick with 4:38 to play in a ball game. North High have a 21-7 lead. So that should be what the Stars are talking about. Should we kick it deep? Should we squib it? Should we try an onside kick? But they're going to kick it from the Foothill 45-yard line. An onside kick will not hurt you even if Foothill recovers. You might as well go for it. You're down by 14. 4:38 to play. You might as well go for the onside kick in this situation. You got nothing to lose. Whether they kick it to the left or to the right, just try to kick it hard, possibly try to hit a Foothill player and look for the rebound. You might as well try it. Now they kick it deep. And instead, Foothill does not get a run back. Trojans will start their own 20-yard line. So in that sense, the North only picks up about 20 yards. They kick the ball from the Foothill 40-yard line. The Foothill will get the ball at their own 20, so they're only really gaining 20 yards on the play. But whatever. Foothill with the ball thrown on 20-yard line. The 4:38 to play in a ball game. All the points have been scored in the second half. Foothill with 21, North with 7. We had a 0-0 game after 2 quarters. Now Evan is looking for his blocking to the 25. Drag down right there. Josh Bankston in pursuit for North. Got a couple of other stars like number 2, who's been all over the field, Matthew Simmons. Dozier 45 exits momentarily. Into the game for Foothill, number 21. Todd Guevara. Pitch back to Rivenez. Slips and falls. I thought about cutting back against the grain. Closest man for North was number 64, Danny Thomas, as he was in the backfield. Number 75 limping for Foothill. Their offensive lineman, Tyler Towery, 5'11", 250. The Foothill Trojans band supplying the music tonight. 3:30 to play the ball game. As Rivenez trying to elude North High Stars across the 30 to about the 32. North High has done about as good a job as you can against Rivenez tonight. Foothill with a 14-point lead over North. Trying to keep the ball inbounds and use up the clock. Remember, Hernandez came in there for a couple of plays for Foothill during that last series. They fumbled the ball and they brought back in Myers. Foothill close to another first down. They're at the 41-yard line, their own territory. The clock shows 2:45. Myers looking over the defense. Ball given to Rubenes. Got him locking at number 53 for Foothill. That'll be John Sturgeon, the right guard, 6 feet, 200 pounds. Rubenes just kind of jogs behind him, looks for the opening, then breaks off of that. But he has the first down. 2:25 on the clock, 21-7 Foothill. As they are running out the clock here in the ball game. Like Bobby Zell, with a brief chat with one of the Foothill players. That would be number 4, Karate, who scored the last touchdown on a fine reception from quarterback Myers. But a nice diving catch, got both his legs inbounds in the end zone. Bolton showing his speed, picked up about 7 yards, fine run by the sophomore, number 1. He's been using starting free safety and backup running back tonight in his first varsity football game. Get a nice knockdown of a pass in the first half. A perfect form on that. 1:45 to play. Myers. Flag is down. Ball given to Garcia. It's 5 yards. Runs over somebody and gains more to about the 35. Literally busted over number 21, Michael Kitts of North High, on the far side. But the officials threw a flag out there. We'll see what happens. 1:35 on the clock. Foothill maintaining control of the ball. Number 3 for the Trojans, Schaefer, looking towards the sideline. See what Coach Bobby Zell is going to call. Some teams that use rotating quarterbacks use the quarterbacks to bring in plays. Most teams use wide receivers. Rubenes, number 20, back to the game for Foothill. Replacing Bolton. He has been giving him a much needed breather throughout this contest. Clock down to 1:30 in the ball game. Foothill 21, North 7. North scrambling around defense. Myers, pitch back, Rubenes. Hit hard, looked like he was going to cut back against the grain. Kind of laid in there, almost stuck by number 5 for North High. Good hit by Lakely for the Stars. Pick up very short yardage that time. 1 minute on the clock. Call it 3rd down, 3rd and 7 for Foothill. Couple of plays left in the ball game tonight. Foothill with the ball on the right hash mark. They still have a lot of the stars in the game. With Taylor Myers remaining at quarterback. Gives the ball inside to Garcia, I believe. Shy of the first down, but the clock continues to roll. And it rolls and it runs in Foothill's favor. The Trojans will be 1-0, and North High 0-1 as we begin this 1999 season. A lot of the North High players need to gain some playing time and gain experience. Garcia dancing in the backfield and goes down after a loss. 15 seconds on the clock. It's 4th and 2 for Foothill. At any rate, North should have 1 or 2 more plays left in the ball game. Well, North should run about 2 more plays off the clock on this first down situation. And they're at their own 44-yard line. 3 receivers out for North. Brewer now rolling to his right, flips it out, Incomplete. The bank's going to went right through his hands once again. So he went for the sideline. The clock has literally run out. I think we have time for one more play. One more play before Foothill can celebrate its first victory of 1999. We have BHS and Concord De La Salle next week on CNN SI, Time Warner Cable, Channel 52. De La Salle with almost 90 consecutive wins. That's many, many years without losing a game, without losing one. Throw rolling to his right on a heavy duress. Fires it to the sidelines, incomplete. That will do it. The final score from Foothill High School tonight, the Trojans 21, North High 7. As you see the players walking onto the field greeting each other. Foothill now 1-0, North High 0-1. And you are watching the Prep Football Game of the Week exclusively on CNN SI, Time Warner Cable, Channel 52.
Nice move. Offside. Right. Yes! Touchdown! Where are the games you really want to see? ESPN Game Plan on pay-per-view. See over 100 college football games, your favorite teams from the best conferences, no matter where you live. ESPN Game Plan.
Begin Saturday, September 14th, only $11.95 per day, or order the season package and get multiple games each Saturday for only $99 on Time Warner Home Theater.